So what did you guys think? First episode after the season, mid-season.
Yeah.
Really good.
I have to buy
I
a...
watched it 2 hours early.
I gotta buy a body pillow at BronyCon.
Man, you just stole that
They're
from
gonna
me.
make that. They're gonna make that a body
I found
pillow
it first.
version.
And we... Oh. It didn't get updated.
Didn't you have to do it?
You guys shouldn't be playing Legends of Equestria while we're
Yeah.
doing
Oh, I'm
our
not.
review.
We're not.
I'm not.
We're not. We told you guys we weren't going to talk about it. Right when we
Yeah,
do.
Little Shy is the one that brought it up. Jeez.
Yeah.
Gotta pay
God.
attention.
Stay
We've got some stuff to talk about.
We've
So,
already seen the
Thermosite.
episode.
All right.
It's
So,
not to talk about it.
what did you think?
It was
Guys,
not
you
bad.
think
It was really good.
Yes.
It has one major problem.
What?
Oh,
No one recognized Rainbow Dash because she was even on the cover of a book. And
That's
plus
true.
that guy was
Oh,
like, how do
yeah.
you know all this? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I have a
He's
theory.
a cosplayer.
Everyone thought she was a cosplayer.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you would have thought they brought that up. I think that's actually, they didn't catch that. I don't think that's a legitimate sin.
Problem.
Another
Ding.
thing. No one is gonna remember this episode other than the convention. Like I
Yeah.
didn't
We're
really
going
care
to
for.
remember
Well, no,
this
no one re-
episode.
That's what it was about, though. It wasn't really about the adventure they go on. It was all about the convention and the fan.
Yeah,
Like,
but the
okay,
adventure was like
I'm
90%
gonna-
of the episode.
Okay, I'm gonna have to bring this up, but this was a total BronyCon episode. No joke.
Well,
Or
convention.
any convention.
Yeah.
It wasn't a BronyCon episode.
AKA
Yeah, but-
HasCon.
Pesca.
also had a theory.
Also, Drummer Shot, you said there was
A game theory?
like, oh, yeah, what
Maybe.
were you gonna say?
Confused.
I said there was a BronyCon mascot in the episode.
Yeah.
You never
No,
showed
no,
us
it
a
wasn't.
picture.
He did, but it's
Yeah,
not really
it's a
her.
picture, Drummer
So,
Shot.
all right, we have to talk about the two elephants in the room. First of all, what's the guest star's name? Something.
Patton Oswalt.
Yes, that
Patton
was my
Oswalt.
first
I
name.
love it. I cannot believe they got it, Pat.
I never
And
even
the
heard
second-
of him.
from King
The second elephant in the room, body pillows.
Oswald.
I thought that was hilarious.
The-
I laughed
wait.
so hard at
Yeah,
that.
Like
I knew the voice
I
sounded
don't-
familiar, but
What's going on?
body
They had
pillows.
a tied up version of
Body
Daring Do,
pillows.
and they even had a sexy one off to the left.
wait,
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
why is that a thing? Like, that alone is
Hey,
like.
it's a
you know,
show for
kids.
kids. How can you not?
Family
Oh.
show.
You know what? I feel like there's going to be parents saying, okay, I'm going to have to call this out, but I feel like there's going to be angry parents
No.
saying, why is this in
No.
a kid's show? This is
No. Angry parents don't know what this is unless we tell them what this is.
And I doubt all the little girls are gonna be like, "Can I get a Daring Do body pillow every time so I can cuddle every night?"
I want one of the exclusive tied up ones.
Like,
And next thing you know,
Oh, I must have muted my
I
mic.
think next year there's going to be Daring Do body pillows at BronyCon.
dude,
As if there
I'm
weren't
gonna- I am
already.
going to buy
there's
one.
going to be-
Someone's already
Yeah, you
working
will.
on it already.
I am going to buy one.
Oh!
I am gonna buy one because the show made it canon, so it's normal.
It is normal for little girls.
Yeah, they're not they
gonna
didn't
buy
create
one
this.
because
This already
I
existed.
don't like
Oh wait, I do have to ask you guys this.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer book 1 through 3 or 4 through 6?
I wonder
I
if that
prefer-
was.
One
I
through
prefer
three.
Question
I never even
Yeah.
read like the other books.
I think that was an
No, I'm
Equestria Girls
talking
thing.
about
You heard it.
talking about My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic in general.
I'm talking about
Oh.
Equestria Girls being the better one.
Because the entire time I was watching the episode during the convention, I was just like, well, how they were saying, well, in books 1 through 3, I was just thinking, well, in season 1 through 3 of My Little Pony.
I think season 1 through 3 is probably one of the best seasons, but
So
I
guys,
know.
I have to interrupt to say, best pony was in this
Oh.
episode. 10 out of 10. Best cosplay.
Yes.
Poo.
Yep.
Dude, this is the second time she cosplayed. She cosplayed as
Yeah,
Twilight, now
she-
she cosplayed as Audi Zudu, or
I
not.
didn't
I wonder if
see
she
it.
has like a photo album of all of her best cosplays. She should be like horse famous.
Dude, what if she's a weeaboo?
best weeaboo 2016.
Dirty weeaboo.
Wow.
Weeaboo.
And 10, Yun, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong in the chat. And I've had a few people point out to me how Quibble's character was a little bit would be like me. And I don't think that, no, it's definitely like the analysis community and the critical fandom, critical side of the fandom.
Hold on, I have to say the difference
I don't
between
know
Little
what
Shy
Hasbro's
and
doing.
what
I
Patton
think they
Oswalt
are
did.
watching analytic videos and trying to copy off of the analysts.
No.
No, but it's
they
kinda-
need to have
it's-
someone being whipped.
Kind of, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, they're definitely making a little bit of a joke there. I guess it's nothing to be upset about, but at the same time, it's kind of like if you try to say anything bad about this episode, oh, you're just being like Quibble.
No, like it's
Yeah, I can now say that.
There's
I can now
always
say that
arguments
now.
like that in every fandom. There's always
Yeah.
gonna be arguments like that. Like
Oh,
no,
you guys
it's
hear me?
like this is better, or no, this is a clear plot point, or
Because
something like that.
many of the arguments Quibble brings up are the exact problems that Josh Haber has in his writing. He's not my favorite writer for that reason, and now I feel like I am Quibble.
I don't even know what half the episodes he wrote.
Like,
He did Equestria Girls
other
I think with
3.
okay, I think what Josh Haber is trying to
Haber?
do, he's trying to make all the
Haber?
people
No, I don't know how to say his name. Is it Haber?
Baltimore
Haber?
accents. Sorry about that.
Josh Firebrand.
Josh
It
Haber.
was Firebrand,
That's
I
his
like that one.
actual name. But all I have to say is his writing is really confusing.
It's not
Is it?
It's like
confusing.
it's all over the place.
I
wouldn't
couldn't
say it's
figure it.
confusing.
Be
but
quiet,
you could say
Quibble.
It's not very concise.
Let's make that a thing. Be quiet, Quibble, whenever someone's overanalyzing. We'll just
Wait,
say
what
that
if-
constantly in this
What
review.
if that's what they wanted us to
Yeah,
do?
okay.
Exactly.
So Tootsie,
Quibble.
Oh yeah, I found it funny how a lot of the ponies that were cosplaying. Turtle pointed this out. Is that one of them actually had a broom as a cutie mark?
They
A
did.
broom?
What?
Yeah, they
A
had a
broom?
broom, like a sweeping broom.
Oh,
from
hold on.
Sweep Beam.
Normally I point this out to begin with, but it was Josh Haber and Mike Vogel. Mike Vogel is the Hasbro guy. So we have a writer who some people have criticisms against, and someone actually from Hasbro wrote this episode. How do you feel about that?
I honestly don't care because the last person to write a Hasbro episode for My Little Pony turned out very well.
Well, yeah, no,
I don't
that was the Christmas story thing one, right? Yeah.
It's the Christmas
was?
one. Why
I
did
honestly
you...
don't think
okay.
the writing was the high
Okay.
point of
Why-
this episode.
Okay,
the
for the next
animation was.
episode, for any of the future episodes, why don't you get Mike Vogel to write the episodes and leave Josh Haber out? For
No,
the
Haber's
next 10
better than
episodes?
Mike Vogel.
Yeah.
Really?
Now, guys, I have a
But I thought
question.
you said it was
just because
confusing.
Mike Vogel was involved in good episodes does not make him a good writer.
Now, for those of you that went to any convention, how accurate was it?
Oh, the body pillows were the most accurate part.
Body
Yeah.
pillows
Oh yeah,
were-
and the plushies and stuff. Oh yeah, and what was it? That unicorn who was serving hot dogs. The look on her face summed up everyone.
Yeah, the
who
vendors.
works at conventions.
You
Like
know
not
what?
just the vendors, but the people working for the
Going
venue.
back to it, I feel
Also,
like
I wouldn't really call it a convention because yeah, it was a convention, but 90% of it was just in the vendor hall.
I
Well,
have
so
to make
that's
a
all some are.
reference. I felt
And I think
like
I
when-
told Little Shy this, but the
Oh.
episode would have been a lot cooler with Twilight's part because Twilight didn't really have any role in this episode. I think it would have been better if they said, "Oh,
Yeah.
Well, they needed-
I
yeah.
need to go to. I'd like to go to the convention. I have a panel." So I
They,
think
they
it should-
needed
or-
they needed
yeah.
an excuse to get her out of the episode. And that's all the first
It-
act of the not act, but the
No,
first
here's
part of
what
the
they-
episode was.
Here's what they should have done.
No
and
way,
this is like,
kids.
and this is actually like helping the episode out. What they should have done is had Twilight say, "Oh, I'm ready to go to this convention," and then I actually have a Q&A panel to go to. It was like, "Are you gonna be there?" It's like, "Yeah, of course." And then Rainbow Dash meets up with that guy. They get kidnapped, and then at the end of the episode, it's like, "Where have you been? You missed it." And I was like, "Oh, out." And then she's like, and Rainbow Dash says, "How's the Q&A?" It's like awkward, and then it ends.
It was
Q&A.
all right.
No, I
Come on,
think
wouldn't
I
that
think this is what I said to you earlier,
describes
but I think
every
Twilight should have been like the moderator for a Daring Do panel, and she wasn't
Yeah.
there obviously because she was on the adventure. So Twilight would have to hold the panel together for a full hour,
Yes.
just sitting there
The
awkwardly.
episode wouldn't have to be about Twilight, but at least give her something. Because I really hate it when episodes just throw like a main character in there when they really don't have anything to do with. Like the beginning of that one Christmas episode with Applejack and Pinkie Pie, she was only there at the beginning and nowhere else, so there was no point to it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's
There's
like a
no point to any
contract
of
Tara
this.
Strong has a mandatory episode.
I need to be
or
in.
So-
I need to be in
Yes,
every
guys.
episode, even if
Bullshit.
I'm not really the focus.
Duh.
Alright, guys, I'll be right back. If I don't make it in time for the ratings, here's my rating.
All right.
There you go.
Spoilers.
Sorry,
Whoa.
Total.
Oh,
Wow.
another
That's
thing in the
right.
episode I would love to mention, the six frames, in the temple thing where they have to find, putting in the keys. I felt like that part of the scene right there, it felt like it was a reference to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where they went in and there's
Probably.
those 6 aliens sitting and then the alien ship came out.
Oh,
No, Daring Do
That's
is a
how I
reference
felt.
to Indiana Jones.
yeah. She's hold on. Speaking of references, there
Wait,
was a
wait, wait,
reference
wait.
to the Grand Budapest Hotel. Shut up, Tootsie.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There
Don't
was.
speak at all.
I did look at that.
For anyone that doesn't know, the Grand Budapest Hotel is it 2015 an Oscar movie? But like it was the whole scene when they were in the hotel room. There was the concierge, I think is what his title would be, and the like doorman, bellhop boy. Like they were both wearing full purple
Oh my
suits, and they had like the rack of keys in the atrium. I don't know why they chose to do that, but they did it, and I love it. That they just a randomly shoehorned in reference.
Yeah, and Yodazoid on Twitter is saying that maybe the advertising guy was a reference to the what's the thing
ShamWow.
called? Yeah, ShamWow. It looks
Was
like
he?
it. Same
Oh,
same
yeah.
headset and hair, so it could be.
Yeah, you can totally.
Guys,
I mean, the
I
headset thing is
forgot.
just a normal telemarketing thing.
Oh,
Do
Do they all
forgot
look
to
exactly like
tell
that though? I don't think
Maybe. Maybe they all aspire to be it.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's actually a really great reference.
Well, it's not a guaranteed reference. I mean, he did advertise it.
Wait,
but
what are we talking about?
The
References.
freaking ShamWow guy reference, I think.
Go back to
He
your
did
video
advertise
games,
it.
Tootsie.
Wait, hold on, wait. Little Shy, can you zoom in on his cutie mark? Maybe we'll figure it out.
No, I already left. It looks like a sun.
Oh,
Does it?
well, if it was like a yellow towel, then yeah,
It's a
that
yellow
wasn't the
sun?
ShamWow guy.
It could be.
It could be the ShamWow guy. I mean, they put Link in it.
All right,
Hey,
so I think we're gonna
Jam
wrap up
Wow.
the first portion of this review. Should we jump into individual reviews, or is there anything else we'd like to have a group discussion about? Besides Best Pony being in this episode, of course.
I don't have any.
Patton Oswalt was
else to
also in
say.
it. I want to talk more about that.
Okay, go for it, because I don't really know him a lot.
I don't know who he is. I've never
I'm a
heard of
huge
him.
fan of
Turtle, I
Patton
have a
Oswalt.
quick question.
Okay, what's the
Pat-
question?
All right, this is just like because I remember the voice sounded so familiar, and I'm just like, is that Jesse from Minecraft Story Mode? And I don't know if Patton Oswalt.
Yes, yes, it is. It is Jesse
Yes,
from
okay.
Minecraft Story Mode.
Yes, okay.
So Patton Oswalt's career, I followed him since he just did stand up. So I feel like his character now. I feel like Quibble. But I followed him since he just did stand up, and his stand up is really funny. You should definitely look it up. He starts off his stuff by being kind of critical on things and being huge fans of stuff like, for example, Star Wars, but hating the prequels. And he has this passion for things like George Lucas, but he also hates George Lucas. And he has a similar relationship for Lord of the Rings.
He's a geek,
And
right?
He's a geek, pretty much, yeah. He is the quintessential geek. And anytime I hear he's in a project, I'm always super excited to hear him because he's always fun. He also played Remy in Ratatouille. More people might know him from that.
Yeah, I know of him. I hear his voice all the time, but I don't know much about him.
Go watch his stand-up. His stand-up is really funny. I think it's on Netflix too,
It's
Oh.
really funny.
which I know you have now.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of us have Netflix now. So I should
Yeah.
we should mention
might-
that this episode leaked. Was it a few hours early on Netflix? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. I woke up
I
this
guess
morning.
they
The
didn't-
episode was already up.
My guess is that they didn't know that the people who were, I guess, in charge of putting it on Netflix, or not in charge. I'm not sure how the whole Netflix process works. I'm guessing Hasbro just gave them a list of, oh, here's all the episodes that need to go up this time. It's like, oh, okay.
The thing was, season 6 wasn't on at all this week, so they just added season 6
Yeah.
to Netflix today.
And it's just
Now,
the,
this
the
episode
order
would have been
messed
way.
up.
Now, how great would it be if this episode actually came out at BronyCon?
How great would it have been if this is now how they
Of
air episodes on
BronyCon.
Netflix?
I want to put that episode on Baloney's React.
Please.
No.
Al. I keep on.
All right,
Absolutely.
so
But anyway.
spend a few minutes. Let's jump into individual reviews. We'll
Alright.
go top down the list. So go ahead, Drummer Shy. You want to start us off?
Absolutely. I love this episode. Really great reference to BronyCon. They did a great job with putting Patton Oswalt in the episode. Really loved it. There were some minor flaws in the episode, transitions and stuff where they've been, but honestly, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10 for this episode. Really
Alright.
great job.
That's too high. Get your head out of the clouds.
All right.
Alright.
Oh, I'm next, but I'm gonna save mine for last because I wrap up. Sonic Crew,
Alright,
are you
Sonic
there? Or
Crew?
did he never come back?
I think he
Well, the episode was really good.
You could
guys,
say he had to go
and,
fast.
Yeah. All right. So Sonic Crew
Uh,
left his rating in the chat. He gave it a 9 out of 10, just like Drummer.
Oh, wait,
well,
sorry, he had a
guys,
dash,
it's
my
Sonic
bad.
Crew, I'm right here.
Hey,
Stop at you.
All right. That leaves you, Star Shadow.
okay. So you guys
Go
keep
on,
talking about this Patton Oswalt. I actually don't know who that is, so I can't really
It's
comment on him.
Quibble. It's Quibble.
I agree with you.
Yep. I just don't. Okay. Anyway, from the very start, since I haven't seen anything since the beginning of the hiatus, I noticed it was really well made. It was good quality, and it seemed to stick out through the entire episode. And with all that, considering the story, it was meh, but it was on the good side of meh. Don't get me wrong there. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
All right.
Okay.
8 out of 10 from Star Shadow. Next up, Super Cat.
Oh, hi. So, first of all, my general liking of this episode was it was good. Not the best, but it was certainly good. I like it how it kind of it parodied generic problems in the fandom, in fandoms and all that, fans arguing about things they like or things they dislike and all that. And it was, and everything in the convention was just kind of just so true. And yeah, like with the actual adventure and all that, I just found it kind of that's all I could really say about it. Anyways, I would probably give it maybe a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10 maybe.
Which one?
Yeah, choose
8 or 7.5?
8 or 7.5.
All right, 8.
8. Okay.
Okay, me or Tootsie, because Tootsie
Go
rants.
ahead.
Yay, me. Okay, so my opinions like mirror Super Cats like perfectly. I liked the Brony or not just the convention stuff in general. I liked all the little things the animators put in. I liked that one the one concession stand pony that just like
Oh.
hated her job. That was amazing.
That was
It
I
just
actually couldn't stop staring at that.
of course like this of course being the episode we came back to after BronyCon. I really it really hits home.
That's true. I didn't even think of it that way. It is the
but
one we came
like-
back to.
But like the thing that I don't like is the overarching story. The writing was kind of all over the place, as we said before, and just it felt more like it was, "Hey, fandom, look, we're a show you like," rather than "This is why you like us." It's just kind of them patting themselves on the back, which isn't always bad. It's a nice kind of way to lighten the air sometimes. Sometimes like Tyrek destroying Twilight's house.
yeah, you
it's a
should
bit-
become an analyst.
I should. But that
I
being
should be
said, like
honest.
it was fun, it was light, but at the same time, it didn't really do anything. So I'm gonna say like 7 out of 10
All right,
Hey,
7
not
from
bad.
Turtle. Wait,
Alright,
why'd you
Tootsie
skip
rant
Tootsie?
too?
because he rants.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead, Tootsie?
All right, well,
Give us your.
I do have.
You were forcing me to do a
It's-
rant.
Okay, all right. It's not actually not really a big rant, but it's definitely a problem with the episode. A lot of people are like the episode from what you guys told me so far is that you only cared for like just the first beginning half for the convention. No, you guys didn't even mention like the I don't know, like the middle and like the ending with the entire adventure, like after they left the convention.
Well,
The problem I had during the convention, and this just kind of annoyed me, is when I don't even know, Rainbow Dash's boyfriend started arguing with her
Quibble.
about Quibble started arguing with her about, all this is unrealistic. How would you know anything? I was waiting for Rainbow Dash to just say, because I was on the cover of one of her books, you idiot.
Yeah, that's a pretty
But
big
no,
one.
they-
I didn't think of that.
They never
Yeah.
brought that up. Obviously, Rainbow Dash and Daring Do already met, and it was confirmed at one of the end of the season 4 episode that Daring Do put her in the beginning of put her in a book on
I
the
think
cover.
2, right?
And no one, and it was just one, but no one ever like acknowledged her. But my little theory was that maybe they thought she was a cosplayer. But you think they would have acknowledged something like that? The
Like,
convention.
hey, you have a good cosplay.
Now, the convention, everything that was at the beginning part of the episode at the convention was really good. I liked all the references, all that stuff to BronyCon. The body pillows were probably the most hilarious one because it caught me off guard. But other than that, there is no other point to this episode. Like, yeah, the story was really boring. It was just like, a guy who doesn't believe it's true, and then a giant danger or something happens, and then he finally believes it at the end. But no one really talks about the ending, so don't you think that's kind of a big problem, especially when half the episode is about that? And overall, I would just have to give it, I don't know, a 6 out of 10.
Ooh, that's our lowest rating yet.
Ooh, it's lower than me.
A
above
low
average.
6.
Sorry, I was just
That's lower than
No, that's
low.
fine.
This one,
The
Okay.
first half,
Okay.
Tootsie. Can't you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Well,
but who
wait,
cares?
There was
Reviews
too
on
much of
the
the
The first half doesn't really matter unless the other parts
It
equal
overindulged
up to it.
itself. Tootsie
Like-
overindulged itself. That's the problem.
Like the convention was great. The whole episode would have been great if it was just like something where I don't know, Daring Do how to escape them at the convention. And they
Yeah,
really
like,
didn't need to go on the dungeon, or
On
they
the Indiana
really didn't.
Jones-esque
Yeah,
part.
they didn't need to go in the jungle and stuff like that.
Can everyone just keep in mind this is a show for little kids?
No,
Can you keep in
I will
mind that
not.
not every episode has to be a 10 out of 10?
All right,
I'm
guys,
not-
we're
no,
starting to
I'm
go over
gonna
our
tell you
time,
that.
so I'm gonna give my review
All right,
really
yeah.
quick, and then we can stay live, of course, after the highlights over. But anyway,
Yeah,
I
we
just
just
want to
need
say,
it.
in general, I did like this episode. I kind of agree with everything Tootsie Roll said. I didn't catch the fact that Rainbow Dash is on a book. That's kind of a really big one, and I feel bad I didn't catch that.
How'd you forget book 10? Book 10 is amazing.
But I mean, there's just a bunch of little things that kind of bothered me. Like the writing is really. I sound just like Quibble, I know, but it's really typical of Mike Vogel and Josh Haver. With the story is character ignorance driven. If he wasn't so ignorant the entire time, we wouldn't have the story that we have. And I just hate when episodes and movies and any type of fiction does that. It's just annoying to me that they.
Because it's such an easy problem to fix.
It's just convenient writing, which is something I say a lot in my videos, but it's true. And I mean, of course, that's not a deal breaker. It's not a big deal. It's a fun episode. It's meant to be a fun episode. Lots of self-parody, making fun of itself, that sort of thing. I love that. Of course, the convention episode, like Turtle Pain mentioned, it's a good thing to come home to from BronyCon. I think that's about all What's this? Oh, yeah, it was fun how they went through the credits. Quibble was just talking through the credits the entire time. And
Yeah,
Rainbow Dash,
I love that they do that.
Rainbow Dash had to, like, remind him, the episode's over. Like, she didn't say that, but that's kind of how it sounded. But anyway, so my rating... I'm a little conflicted because my instinct was to give this a high rating just because it's such a fun convention-related episode. But at the same time, once those sort of surprises like the body pillows and Derpy and all those fun things wear off, it's a good episode, but it's not one of the best. So I think I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. So let me tally up our average. Give me a drum roll as I do data entry here.
Summer Shy, where's the drum roll?
Hold on, I'm still entering them. I should have done this earlier.
Yeah, why didn't you enter them as we go?
Wow, there's already fan art of the
All right.
episode.
The average for the Little Shy live stream average rating is 7.7 for this episode.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I'd say for
That
that.
sounds kind of low to me.
Nice.
With all those
Low?
nines we got.
Needs to be
No, we
lower.
got like 2 9s.
Oh.
We had like 2 7s and 1 6.
We need more weights to bring it down.
We do.
All
We
right,
need to
so
get like an over-the-top review right here to point out
thank you for
everything.
stopping by, everyone. That's going to wrap up the recorded portion. Those of you here live will probably stick around live for a little bit longer, but those watching recording, thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye, Internet.